G'day everyone, T-Nick back here again in OpenTTD with the DBXL set. You join me right where we finished off last part as we slowly watch an iron ore mine come together at Malchow. As we established last time, Malchow hate us, and even though they had... subsidy. No, it's expired, never mind. As I was saying, even though they hate us, they will still let us build a station out here because, well, fool on them. And they even accept mail as well. It's just good for them. They can just do whatever they want. Now, I'm looking for freight stations. There we go. Let's get a nice big old mineral station here. Now, where are we taking this iron ore? Well, I had a bit of a think between episodes. I know, rare for me. It actually hurt. Initially, I thought we'd send it over to Dissen am Tutuburger World. But then I thought, well, you know, this bit of the line's fine, but then we've got to connect it up here. And then I thought, then it's got a detour around through Wolfsput, so we're going to have to try and get it through the Itzehoe coal area. And it just all seemed too hard, so I've decided we're going to run it down south to the Twistringen. Yes, that's a location I remember. Yeah, I figure because we can use the existing main line pretty much the entire way by going straight through Wolfsput. So we'll just plumb him into the network somewhere around here, between Gadbush and Malchow, and then we'll just run a monster train down here to Twistringen, and then just sort of have a junction either sort of here and come across here, or the other side of Witten and come around here. But yeah, so I thought that'll give us a nice long haul freight train, which is obviously something we like. I like it anyway. Now, how are we going to connect this up to the main line here? We can have an at-grade junction here, but I'm thinking with all these bridges, we might be able to get sort of a flying junction going. So for the second time, let's knock these bridges down. Let's extend that a little bit. And can we get a tied arch? We can. They're usually the easiest ones to build under, just because they don't have any supports. I mean, I can build through supports with my track if I really want to, but I don't really want to, so I'm not going to. So we should be able to run a diagonal in like that. That is A-OK. And then we should be able to expand this little, I guess, islandy thing and run this up here. Get rid of that signal there just for a bit of extra breathing room. Make that a one-wayer there, and then there you go. Bob is indeed your uncle, and we'll just put a couple of signals there to let following movements power on through. So again, we'll need to get rid of this signal here. We'll build a little bit of track here, drop this down here, and we're probably going to have two trains on this line. So we'll double track it just for a little bit, just to allow the trains to pass on the branch as opposed to on the main line, so they don't block any of the passenger trains, because that would be a thing that is bad. And then we'll just go single track from there onwards. That should be fine. So go ahead and throw down a couple of signals like that. That's great. And then obviously we want to go with a nice modern balloon loop here if we can. And we definitely can because we have nothing but space. Okay, so I need to put a bit of a curvy curve in here, a bit of a curvy curve in there. Bring you around the back here, line it up, and then we should just be a straightforward little corner in there. And that should be fairly simple. So the train comes in on the right, so that's an exit signal. And then, of course, we'll have a couple of signals around the balloon loop, just in case we have both trains show up at the same time and want to have a bit of a load. So that's connected that up to the main line. Obviously, they can go straight through Wolfsput. We might eventually put a separate track in around the outside, but for now, it can just join the quagmire that is Wolfsput, because as you can see, we've already got a fair few trains queuing up trying to get into the station, but I'm sure it's fine. And then they're just going to come flying down this main line here. I mean, look, we've got a big section of it electrified already. We could go electric. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's going to be a big, long, heavy iron ore train. Let's electrify and make sure that we don't slow down sort of any of our other trains any more than we sort of need to. And I'm sure we'll want to electrify this line in the future anyway. And if we don't, well, we've got the option to now, so that's fine. So run you down around the outside, and then don't forget to get all of the track under there, because if you miss a bit of track, the train will get the shits, and everything goes haywire. So there we go. We'll be running a nice big heavy electric freight train on this line as well. And of course that brings us all the way down to the wood siding here. It's fortuitous that we decided to electrify that initially. I almost didn't. And then run this down here. Extend the wires down here into Witten. There we go. Now, Witten, I don't think we're actually using this junction to terminate trains. I think all the trains that are terminating are actually over there. So we can probably redesign this junction and just have a straight line down to the existing line over there. To make things easier, I'm just going to canal this and then bulldoze this. I know that wasn't cheap, but it puts the, what's it called, the river on a straight and narrow as opposed to the alternative, which is not pretty. So yeah, we can get rid of all this junction bizzo here. I think I left it in there just in case I needed to reverse trains. But obviously that's just going to get a bit messy if we leave that in place and the trains get a bit confused. So we'll go ahead and remove it. So yeah, we'll drop that down to a one-wayer. We'll get rid of that signal because it's not required. And we'll throw down a similar one-wayer there. Same as before, we'll put a 2-track section in just onto the branch and then go back to single track for a bit. Let's go viaducts. It's a viaducty sort of area, as I've probably been known to call it. How long is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, plenty of room there for a train to sit. Well clear of the main line. So that's good. And we can just bring this down and connect this up here. And then we've just got the one train running on this track, don't we? Yeah, so we probably don't need to double track. We'd probably get away with a couple of passing loops. I'm going to say we'll get away with a couple of passing loops, even though I know we probably won't. How many tolls was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, look, I'm pointing at the screen again. It even says it on the screen how long it is, so I don't have to count like a minger. So what I'll do is I'll actually back this off here and connect this up like that. And then connect this up here. Whoops-a daisy. Whoop, 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 whoop. Building too much stuff and it's not going my way. We'll put in a set of points there. That's fine. Iron ore production at Uterson increases. That's good. So then we'll put in the one-way signals in here. That's fine. I mean, we could really put, I guess if we wanted to avoid interruptions, we could put an underpass in here to not hold up trains going this way with trains coming from the mine, but I don't think we're going to be running that many trains. I'd rather run longer, heavier trains than multiple trains. Now, we will electrify down as far as the depot, just in case I want to go ahead and upgrade or do anything else to it. Now, that's a weird way to build that junction. Why did I build it that way? That just seems kind of stupid. Although that said, I'm prone to doing stupid things, so, you get used to it eventually. Yeah, so why do I do anything really, but why have I built this way? Okay, so you want to go that way. Well, oh, I see. So the outbound trains need to go over there. Okay, well, that was well designed. We'll probably rip all this up at some point and rebuild it. But yeah, that's just a bit of track that exists because of reasons. I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm just going to I've added to it. I've made it worse. So good luck, everybody. Yes, so that's good. We've got a passing loop here. I mean, this train's only making its little turnaround every so often because Witten Iron Ore Mine is really poor at productioning. There is a lot of steel waiting here. What's your capacity, friend? 200 tons, and you have to pick up 200 tons, pretty much. Okay, so you're doing okay, but we'll need to keep an eye on you once we get this iron ore mine online. Oh, of course, it started off with 40 tons. Completely weak. Where's a convenient depot? This one here will do. Let's go ahead and look at our options. So we were building the 195 for our lumber trains over here, and the 144 for the goods train because it was slightly faster. But now we've had the 194 invented, the German crocodile, or crocodile as it's pronounced in German. Pronounced badly in German, I should say. I don't have much of a German tongue. So now that's 90 k's an hour as well. Pretty much the same running cost every year, but significantly more horsepower. So for only a slight increase in running costs, I'm going to take that one just to make sure. I mean, there's not really any hills in the way. There's a bit of a grade there and there's a little bit of a hill. Like there's sort of one tile at a time Well, that's it. There's the bridge here, and that's pretty much it. They're one tile hills. So we're not going to be hurting for horsepower, but I want it to be able to keep speed if it stops at a signal or breaks down, so it doesn't hold up the passenger trains. New sawmill under construction at Buxtehude. That could not be further away from... Although that's there. Okay, we'll keep that in our back pocket, because I remember we have a couple of forests around here. And that's it. Yeah, literally a couple of forests. Oh, well, that one I guess we could send over to the existing sawmill, and this one... I don't know. That one's probably a bit harder to reconcile, but yeah, we'll figure something out there. But now, let's see. We want iron ore, so we want some sort of open wagon. Now, we can go the low side wagon, which has capacity of 25 tons. Top speed of 80. No, we'll go the gondola. Also top speed of 80. Okay, that seems fair enough. Well, we'll go the gondola anyway because it's got slightly more capacity. So let's whack out a train. Let's say 5 tiles long for now. Oh no, we'll go whole hog. We'll go 7. We obviously the iron ore mine is very poor at production at the moment, but hopefully after a couple of months of this thing trying to load there, it will increase production. If not, well, this train's going to make a horrendous loss, isn't it? Do we want to tell you to service here? Yeah, look, it is a long journey. I wouldn't mind you having a fresh service before you make your way back. And yeah, just on your way through with your loaded train, have a bit of a service there too, because I don't want you breaking down any more than you would normally. Did we refit you to carry iron ore? I don't think we did. Also, why are you going back the wrong way? I want you to go to Malchow Woods to load. So obviously I've knackered something there. So load with iron ore. So if I send you to Malchow Woods, which is up here, why are you turning the other way? Is there a bit of wire missing somewhere? I bet it's somewhere in this junction. Yes. No, that's taking it away. Put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back. Okay, we've put it back. Yes. Okay. It's got to be missing somewhere along here because all the other electric trains seem to know where they're going. Now you're okay. That's all. The bridges are good. We didn't miss a bit down here, did we? No. Okay, I'm a bit confused. Try again. Yeah, where are you going to go? No, you still want to go the wrong way, friend. Why is that? I want you to go out here and up here and through here. Why are you not doing that? Where are we missing wires from? This could not be more difficult. We must have missed something around this area, surely. Oh, it said cost. I think we got it. Whatever it was, wherever we missed it, I think we got it. Let's see if he's going to come out in the correct direction this time. Please come out in the correct direction. Or, wait for several other trains to go through. Either way, both good options. Obviously, that log train takes up a hell of a lot of time coming through the junction, so can't really fault him for that. Here we go, and he's gone the right way. Well, obviously, we found the missing bit of wire there. Good work, me. And, of course, now you're going to foul up the junction while you come through. These long trains are going to be a problem in the future, but for now, I'm just admiring the majesty of a gigantic train rolling through our main station here. And, of course, you breaking down in the middle of our main station, not helping. Not helping at all. And, yep, wouldn't you know it, these guys are bunched up again. I bet the third one's about to come out of the tunnel too. No, maybe not. Where's the third one? Oh, there he is. He's ahead of the game. He's doing well. He's doing a good job. What's your total cargo? 187, 135. Yeah, you're carrying pretty full load. This is an interesting problem I didn't realize. While he's waiting for a path, he actually queues back up into the yard, and I imagine the log train does too. Probably worse because that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 10-tile station. Yes, counting. Counting is fun. So that's something we'll have to consider. I do want to put more platforms on this station, more through tracks, etc., etc., etc. So you think we're poor, so you're not going to be too open to us extending the station, especially not with all those trees in the way. Okay. Well, if you're going to be like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for him to clear. Then I'm going to knock this down and just lower the landscape a bit and try and just put in a few through tracks through without any platforms. And we can add the platforms in later when we actually need the capacity at the station. So we'll get rid of this signal here for now, and we'll just move it up there, just as a sort of a temporary measure. But yeah, I want to run some more tracks through this way. like this. And then I guess we'll just run them down sort of like this here. And then I guess we'll need sort of more tracks. I guess we'll just have them all come across like this. Oh, no, train of the way. No, there we go. That's got it. Good. So that way the freight trains will hopefully not get in the way as much. I don't know why I got rid of the signal going this way. Don't know why I didn't just convert them. That don't make too much sense, I guess. So I'll put these as reversible signals, so trains can go either way through them, even though it probably would make more sense to... Actually, no, you know what? No, we're not hurting for platforms now. So we'll designate this as a future platform. And so we'll need to... we will have trouble hooking this up here. Actually, if we remove the underpass from this end of the station, we may have to rebuild a sizable amount of this station down this end. But yes, no, that will be fine as a platform eventually. But I will disconnect it just so we don't get too confused. And then, yeah, these remaining tracks, we'll make them one-way tracks, and that can be for the iron ore train and any other through traffic we send between these lines here. They can just bypass the station completely. And then if we need them later for platforms, we'll just convert it over. But for now, I think we should be pretty right. But yes, what I'm thinking is we just sort of rebuild this station one tile down here. We should have the room if I move those signals. Obviously, we'll have to wait for the town to get back on it. You've just opened. How have you lost production already? Oh, I can see this iron ore mine's going to be a disappointing way to start an episode. Well done, team. That's not going our way at all. Now, that's obviously not going to increase steel production very much down here, so we should be pretty right. It does make me want to try and find some more iron ore, though. But there really isn't much more up this part of the map to send down that newly electrified line. I mean, ideally we'd have another one over here somewhere we could, already use the wires on, but no luck there, I'm afraid. Yes. Okay, well that's okay. Then we do have a forest down here. That's something we could consider. We've already run the wires down this far. It wouldn't hurt to run them down this far, or even use the freight line, really. I mean, it'll have to go via the steel mill, but that's not the worst thing in the world, is it? I mean, it's going from directly, as the crow flies, from this forest over to this sawmill, so it's really not much of a detour in the grand scheme of things. Yes, okay. Actually, no, because we want this forest to close down, because we need to run our passenger trains out this way. So we probably don't want to encourage it by actually using it. Although, knowing my luck, if we use it, it'll close down. So, yeah, let's take a punt on that one. If we use the forest, it will close down. Now, we need to drag and drop for this one. We want a 10-tile station. Do I want to put it there? Is that really where I want to put it? No. I kind of want to put it next to the thing, but I don't think we have room. Oh, we do. 10 times 1 just fits in. And then, obviously, we need a buffer stop in there. That's fine. And then I'll just run this down to the junction just to give it a bit of breathing room. So we'll back this signal off here and scooch it around like that. And then we'll just connect that up like that. And then we'll just go ahead and wire up, the goods line. Because, well, I mean, we're going to be running electric trains everywhere at some point because German electric trains are freaking awesome. So, why not? In fact, we may as well just electrify everything down here, just for future expansion. So, actually, we might be able to make a go of this random extra bit of track I built now, because if we remove this bit, okay, we run this down like this. Okay, yeah, see, bear with me. This is going to work, and if it doesn't work, I'll cut it out, and all will be fine. No, get rid of those and put one there. There you go. That's what you wanted to do. You've got it. Put in a set of diamond points here. Okay. Get rid of that. And yes, then we're going to need to move. Actually, put that back. Yes. Then we're going to need to move that track up there. Oh, God, that's messy, isn't it? God, look at that. So get rid of that and that. And get rid of that and that. There we go. So now incoming trains will all come in this track here and come down here and unload on either platform, and then when it goes out, it'll come up this way, and then obviously go to the depot if need be, or come out on this track. Now, why do we have 2 tracks here? Oh, I guess one's for the steel trains coming in, and this one's for the iron ore trains. And then obviously this one can also be used for the wood trains that are going to bypass in both directions. So we'll just have to run... Do you have a signal anywhere on you? Don't think so. Oh, there was a signal there. Good. Okay, so we'll just run that down like this. And we'll run it around both sides of the steel mill. Just that way, when we do expand the steel mill, we're not sort of getting in the way of these random through tracks we've gone and built. So you can connect up like this, and we will connect up like this. Now, is that going to work? That's through trains going this way. This is outbound trains and inbound trains. Yes. So actually, no, we'll probably want to put this closer to the steel mill siding. And then we'll go ahead and just double track this little section here to facilitate, better movement of trains. Because knowing all the trains will show up at the same time, and everything will get awfully higgledy-piggledy, and it'll be a big mess. So, in the efforts of avoiding the big mess, I'm gonna plan ahead and future-proof, which is something I don't do nearly enough of, as we'll all be aware. So that was fine there. We can put a one-way signal in there. You're obviously going for a service. Now, does this track benefit? No, because it's one way the other way. I was thinking maybe after he's serviced he can skip out that way, but no, he's still going to have to run via the unloading siding. Unless, can we move? What if we move this over here? There we go. Okay, there we go. Yep, move that. And then just put a set of points in there. That way, the empty iron ore train that comes out of this depot will hopefully bypass the station in case anything else is unloading there, and just go around this outside track here. Probably a very negligible benefit, if any, but a benefit it might be. So, we'll run with it. So iron ore trains will come in this way, unload, and then come back out this way. Or in this case, go to the depot, service, and then run around the siding there like that. That's nice. Do we want to double track this section? No, we're gonna have like 2 trains running on it initially. It'll be fine short term. What are we running anyway? We've got the wood train coming out of here. That's it. So everything else is wired. And then all we need to do is plumb the train in up to there. So that's good. Let's go train shopping. Let's go train shopping. Now, let's go the crocodile again, because I reckon that's going to be a good choice. And now we want a 10-tile log train here. So let's get that up to 10. 9.8 is probably as close as I'm going to get. And refit you for wood, please. Now this is going to make some money. Assuming this production at the forest stays up. So drop in and have a service on the way if you need it. It is going to be a long journey, and I'd prefer it if you broke down as little as possible. So then you can unload there, and then just have another service on the way through Wolf's Butt, if you could be so kind. That would be great. Off you go. Yeah, he's raring to go, so obviously we haven't missed any track down this way. And now we can look at potentially upgrading some trains on this corridor here to electric trains. What do we have in the way of electric trains for passengers, apart from the ET11? Nothing really. We've got the ET11 for express. I mean, the 116 is looking kind of dated now. He's only 120k top speed. So, we might hold out until I think it's the 110. The 110 is the next sort of passenger electric engine we get. But that might be what pushes steam off this corridor here. Because electrification is freaking awesome. And wherever we're building heavy freight trains, I will electrify. And then we can, reap the benefits with fast passenger trains as well, which will then get caught behind the aforementioned electric freight trains. I didn't say it was a good plan, I just said it was a plan. In fact, I don't even think I described it as a plan, I just sort of expositioned. And here we are. Now, last time I did mention I wanted to connect up Buxtehude with Hemmook. Now, we know Hemmook loves us, so we can do whatever the hell we want in that town. But I'm pretty sure you guys have not made your peace with us. Yeah. You're going to be a bit more difficult to work around, especially as we don't have any platforms on this side yet. So I might keep that on the back burner. Where else do we want to connect up in the short to medium term? I do want to expand Essens a bit more. Hey, look, wood production actually went up. I kind of expected the forest to just pull the rug out from under us. No, yeah, see, more like that. So that's going well. 525 crates of goods waiting here. Yeah, we're probably going to need more trucks or even a goods train out of here. We could run a shunting train into Essence itself. That could work. Although that said, we do already have the trucks running. Anywhere else that would accept goods on this line? What about Twistringen? Yeah, maybe. Passengers mail goods. Okay, I'm liking this. What about Witten? Yeah, you'll accept goods as well. Okay. I don't know how long-lived these will be, though. I don't want to send a goods train up here and then have it say, Twistringen Station no longer accepts goods, because that'd be really super annoying. So we'll take a punt by getting rid of these signals here. So trains come in this way, so we want to have them come back out again. That's not going to work with this corner. We're going to have a 90-degree turn. And that's electric. We don't want that. Yeah, 90-degree turns are the work of the devil. And I don't want that to be a thing. So I'm just going to rejig this curve here. And then, yeah, get rid of that. I know it'll slow trains down a little bit, but we can live with that. What I want to do is put in just a little turn back platform so trains can come in here and turn around. And then I just want to put a little goods train in there, just a cheeky goods train, just to run a little bit of goods up here. That way, if they do pull the rug out from under us, it's not a complete loss. It's just a mild disappointment. And I'll probably do the same thing for Witten up there, just until we get our own dedicated mail station. And, you know, then obviously we can run the goods in there. But I don't think we're anywhere near needing a mail station now. We're still balancing passengers and mail quite well. Yeah, even at the larger station, that is fine. Now, you're not going to connect up to the passenger line very well. So we're going to have to facilitate that. Now, to get the passenger line around this forest, I'm thinking we do a tunnel. So we have them come into two tracks here, drop down underneath, and then split off to go in various directions. Why does iron ore production just keep going down? It's a big upset for me. Very sad. So we're going to need to do this, and then we're obviously going to have to bring the tracks together so that they can, you know, switch over. And then we're just going to have to, oh, that just fits. We can just fit a cheeky tunnel in here. Now, does that line up? Please, 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 please. No, I was off by one tile, but yeah, it's pretty close. That's okay. That just fits in there. We've got a tiny bit of breathing room, and that's about it. But the main thing is it fits. Now, you accept goods there too, don't you? Okay. I'm thinking a series of small goods trains coming out of this platform here to Essens, which means we get rid of the trucks, one to Twistringen, and then one to Witten as well. And the Witten one we could even run up via the freight line. I realise it'll be a massive detour for it, but if they do start holding up the passenger trains, that might be what we look at doing. Now, how are we going to have a junction here to get up to Nienburg as well as to get down to New Laken? Thought. We don't have a connection to Nienburg. Instead, we have a bus service going from Essens to Nienburg, and then the line goes from New Laken, that town to that town. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would put a lot of pressure on the bus service, because anyone going this way would have to get off the train, get onto a bus, get off here, and then get onto a train again. Yeah, okay, so that's not going to work. Yeah, we definitely need some sort of Y junction here, as in, why do I make things so difficult for myself? So we're going to have to carve out a bit of land here. Probably carve out a little bit here. And we've got to be careful we don't let the water in, because if we let the water in, then all bets are off. It's going to be on for young and old. So, do I need to knock? No, because we need signals, obviously. Because you come out of the tunnel, you need to stop at a red signal. You know, if the signal is supposed to be red. So, run this around as a corner, and then run this up like this. That's fine. Okay, that's good. Hope we don't want to double track this steel line, by the way. We've sort of let that ship sail, haven't we? So that's fine going in this direction. We can run a bridge across the top here for trains going through that way. And then for trains coming around to Nienburg, I guess we'll just have them come out and around. Will that fit? Sort of? It kind of fits. I mean, I remember in the last game we had to end up putting the canal in to sort of keep some sea level land going. So if I knock this down here and then no, I don't need to put a canal in there. That'll hold it. Immediately put a canal. No, it's let the water in. It's let the water in. Bad. No, bad water. I think I stopped it. I think I saved it. Okay, wow, those canals act fast. Let's put a safety canal in there to catch it. Okay. That works. And then we can put a canal in here. That's caught it. Okay, so we can bulldoze that. That's good. Okay, so now we've got a bit of breathing room. Whew, that was close. We nearly lost everything to the well, not to the canal. The canal wasn't at fault. That was entirely me. Yeah, we can run this track up like this. There we go. So not ideal, not a perfect situation, but it kind of works for now. And then through tracks, well, obviously we can run one as a bridge sort of over here, and run one as a bridge sort of over here, and then they can join up again on the other side of the junction. So that's probably the best we're going to get. I don't like this corner though. It's jarring. It's a bit abrupt. No, what we'll do is we'll just get... Okay, there's a canal on the way there. Oh, that was very expensive. I can see why I didn't want to do that from the start. I knew it would be expensive. I didn't realize it would be that expensive. Yeah, that's a bit less jarring. Is that... That's even less jarring. Okay, that's all right. And then we can come up here like this. Yeah, there we go. That feels a bit more natural, you know, considering how unnatural this whole this whole scenario really is. That's fine. Good. Yes. I would like to expand this freight station, assuming that Essens will give me the time of day after all of that landscaping. Good. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. You sort of got away with it. We didn't really pull the wool over their eyes. They saw what was going on, but... I think we survived. And let's use a more fancy station. What have we got here? Ooh, all of that's locked. Okay, so we can't build any of that. That's fine. Modern goods shed with ramp. I do like a good modern goods shed. And I'm a big fan of ramps. Yeah, that works for me. In fact, we can make that 3 tracks, you dummy. Do we want to go full length? No, let's go like that. And then, do we want to go small sheds for a bit of it? Will that work? Well, I like that. And then, what else have we got? We got freight station general use. I wonder if we put a little bit of grass in there just to, you know, for the shorter trains that we're inevitably going to have. That looks good. I like that. And we'll have a second track come in parallel, and then that can just come out and join up to the passenger line, or what will soon be a passenger line. Obviously, we'll rebuild this as a proper junction eventually. And then we'll just have a set of points in here. A set of points in like this. That's fine. Do we want a depot down here? We've got this depot here, but that would foul up the passenger line somewhat. So no, let's go ahead and build a bit of a depot in. Actually, no, let's not do it that way. Let's do it the other side, because yeah, we want the outbound trains to swing by the depot on the way out, so they've got a fresh service and ready for their trip. So we'll go ahead and just double track that section there. Put in a couple of signals there. It's not perfect, but I think it'll fulfill our purposes until we get some modern trucks and we can replace these trains, or until we get sort of a more separate network going on. But yeah, now you still accept goods. So we're looking for not a heavy engine. In fact, the V140 is probably perfect for this. 100 k's an hour. That only does 80 anyway. And we'll just get a nice little 3-tile goods train. You can have a bit of a load there. Pop in there for a quick service. And then if you could zot just up the line to Twistringen and reverse up there, please. That would be great. And he's already off at hyperspeed. He's doing quite well for himself. So that's good. That'll send some of the goods up that way. And, oh, look at that. The door's open at the other end too. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. So if we do have goods trains coming out this way, they'll actually run out through the open doors. Ah, cool. So he should easily get a full load of goods. What is your capacity, by the way, friend? 300. Oh, that's substantial. You should make some good money. Good. So you will take off and do whatever it is goods trains do. You don't have too much trouble getting up to speed. So you should, if I'm correct, go through the underpass over here. Yes, he's done it. I was terrified he'd take the long way and try and go around this way, and then go up here to a depot, reverse, and then come back around this way to get to Twistringen. But he's clearly smarter than that. I gave him too little credit. Let's see how he goes with the hill out of the tunnel here if he has to stop at a signal. I don't think he will, but at 80 k's an hour, if he loses a lot of speed, I'll be concerned. Yeah, he should be fine. He should be able to lift that. even off a red signal. So let's go ahead and get us a second one of those and reset the orders. Because, yeah, I want to do the same thing. I don't know why I reset them. I could have just, removed one of them, the relevant one. Yes, I want to do the same thing, except heading up to Witten. Good thing we removed the reversing facilities up here, because we totally could have used them now. So we'll go ahead and replace that signal, move that one. So in theory, he'll be able to come in here into this platform here, turn around and come back out again the way he came, and hopefully only be a minor disruption to everything else. I did think maybe we'd put a terminating platform in the middle here, but then I saw they'd put a house here, so that ship has sailed, because I thought we'd take over this platform here for through trains and then just have a turnaround. But, well, it was a nice idea, but unfortunately that's not going to pan out. So you, sir, go ahead and mimic the train ahead of you. You're nearly going to get a full load. 291, it's not too bad. Hopefully you won't have to wait too long to get up to 300. 297, okay, you might get away with this. Huh? So, how you doing? Hey, you gonna live the full load? Yeah. Come on. Yeah, he's done it. No, there's still more. 3 short. Come on. Unload your grain and your livestock faster. There we go. He's done it. He's off. And what was that news message? That looked important. New sawmill. It doesn't really interest me. Sawmills, for sure. Don't really care. So that's good. So now we've set up 2 goods trains down there. It would be nice if we had more steel coming in, but I guess we'll just have to rely on the fields of this farm. How is this farm doing, by the way? Did we not build enough grain trucks, or is it just... No, it's just producing twice as much grain as livestock. That's fine. In fact, I might, given that I know those doors open, and that excites me in a way that's new and special, I might actually look at bringing these tracks up here and replacing these trucks with just a couple of little shunting trains, because shunting trains are cool. I don't know why I have to justify this. In fact, I don't. We're all just going to learn to live with it. Shunting trains are awesome. That's not how we build that, you dummy. We'll connect that up like that. Do we want to have a connection down here? Actually, we probably want to run a good train. A good train? Well, it would be a good train to make money. A goods train at Neusterlitz and New Larkin as well. So, yeah, we probably want a full-on freighty junction here, as opposed to a freight junction. It's a freighty junction. It's like freight, but not quite. I don't know. It's a thing. Yeah, run that like that, because we can always use the depot over there. And then just have a little branch off here. Now, can we fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, we can fit another platform in there, provided the game will let me. Actually, no, put the proper freight station buffers down. They look a bit better in the corner. Yep, from what little you can see of it, the concrete works. I like that. Let's go with just a nice little flat. Do we have something we can sort of show unloading grain? We've got this giant grain silo. I don't know if that's suitable. Here we go, livestock station. We'll put in a couple of platforms of that, and we'll put in a couple of platforms. There we go. There's a grain silo. That looks fantastic. And then we can run that down there, and that can be a dedicated sort of second track, because I want to have 2 trains running down here, but one can go in there and one can go in there if that platform's ever occupied. That should be fine. Now, Essen hopefully will let me build a station up here. Fingers crossed. How long do we build that one? We built that 4 tiles long. Okay, so let's go 4 tiles long up at... Oh, there's the budget. Hello. Hi. Yes, they'll let us build one there. So we want to connect that to Essen's West just to share the freight there. And this one we will go for a more rural depot. Non-track tiles, that's where we hide those buffer stops, just because it looks a bit more in fitting with the fields. And then we'll just run a nice little bit of track down here. We will need a passing loop in here. I probably should double track it, but a farm branch line doesn't feel like it would be double track in real life. So we'll just take the hit on the efficiency. No, put the right signal down, you dummy. Drop one down there. And then we'll just drop in a couple of signals. No, that was on the right side. A couple of signals like that. And we should be able to change over from trucks to trains up here. And in lieu of a suitable shunting engine, I could go the BR85, I guess. I mean, I'm disappointed the 75 seems to have disappeared. Or even the 92. Do we have any 75s? We have some 92s. How old are you, friend? 25 or 28. Okay, so you're nearly life expired. How about you guys? 24 or 40. You guys have a couple of years left in you. I'd redeploy you down here, but yeah, I don't know. You're sort of flat out like a lizard drinking out there. It's not like I want to upgrade these trains. So we've got one on the pass. That's one. That's the only one we could find, though. Yeah, no, that's a shame. With the German trains, because they last so long, if I'm going to upgrade, rather than selling the old one, I generally like to redeploy if possible. And this line here being such a quiet, quaint little line. Train 54 is lost. You don't seem lost to me. You seem quite happy at the station. So, boy who cried wolf much? Come on, buddy. You're better than this. New sawmill under construction near Luchow, right next to the main line. You really... Seriously, who walked to the bank with the business proposal for this going, oh, well, look, it's right next to the main line. I'll get this sawmill up and running. I'll make millions. You know, never mind your nearest competitor already has that rail service. So I don't know where you think you're getting your logs from, champion. There's no AI in this game. But, you know, good for you for having a crack. But yeah, so enough waffling aside. We're building a new train for this. And it's between the BR85 and the V140. So that's 14 grand a year to run, 11 run. As we're not going over any hills, I got to go the 140. Just because the 85 has the great tractive effort, but the 140 is just cheaper. It's going to make us more money. Now we can load up this with grain. And let's just go the low side wagon so we don't get too ahead of ourselves with capacity. We'll go 3 tiles for now. And why am I building a stake wagon to carry grain, you might ask? Well... you will see shortly. We'll get this train underway first. Now, hang on. You can't use that depot if you're using this dead-end track here, so we might have to give you your own depot just on the branch line here. So, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. That's probably not the most efficient thing I could do, but I don't really want you guys coming onto the branch line to use their depot either, so it'll do for now. We might pick that apart later. But yeah, you go off out of that depot and I'll build the new train in the correct depot. While wood production slips even further at some relevant forest that we care about. And we'll go ahead and get 5 livestock vans there and refit you for livestock, please. Yes. Off you go, buddy. So now, why have I put a stake wagon on a grain train, you're asking? You're thinking, well, that won't be able to carry much grain. Well, there's an odd little, well, not odd, but it's a unique thing in the DB set that the stake wagon can be refitted to grain. And the reason for that will become obvious when this little train chugs on up to the station here. And that reason will be very obvious. But go faster. Just whoosh. There we go. So, here we go. He's going to load with grain. And look at that, he loads up with hay. And they even put a couple of tarps on it, which I think is a really nice touch. So you can tell when it's fully loaded, it's got the tarp on it. We don't bother tarping the open wagons. If bugs get in there, well, what the hell, who cares? It's fair game, they can eat it. Also, good work loading the grain on the livestock platforms. That's a good effort. And now we're going to load the livestock on the grain platform. So equally good effort there, team. Obviously, there's a bit of a livestock shortage there, so the livestock trucks will be the first ones we get rid of. But the way I rationalise this, yeah, we're transporting the hay down here because, yeah, this is obviously like an abattoir or a dairy or something, and they want to feed the cattle while they're there before they get, you know, processed, for want of a better term. But yeah, so we've got plenty of livestock capacity, so we can get rid of the livestock trucks. Why did I put a hopper truck on here? What are you trying to do, friend? Oh, you're a grain truck, of course. Here I am looking for a livestock truck thinking, what's a hopper truck doing carrying livestock? It's not. It's carrying grain, you dummy. So you guys should be shared orders. You are shared with the grain trucks. Okay, that's disappointing. That means we'll just have to get rid of you manually. So stop sharing. And then, yeah, go to the depot when you've finished your run, please. So that's 21. Yeah, this is going to be good fun. So stop sharing, go to the depot, go to the depot. There you go. Yeah, so we'll keep the grain trucks in for now until the train takes up the weight of the grain production there. And then once the grain train's taken over, we can get rid of the grain trucks because they will obviously be doubling up. But while we've got so much grain to move, it just makes more sense to get rid of the livestock trucks first. And of course, they're probably even slowing down the grain trucks by, getting in the way, waiting for a full load up here when there's no livestock. So, we're sort of doing a two favors, sort of, I guess. We're helping. We're making progress, and we're gonna get rid of these livestock trucks because they're probably not the most efficient things in the world. And I can see someone's broken down over here who happens to be a bloody livestock truck, doesn't he? Well, I'm sure the grain trucks break down too, but I'm pinning this on the livestock truck. So no, just stop sharing, then go to the depot. No, there you go. So now they will start trickling into the depot one by one, and we can flog them off. Bye. Probably could have just sent them to the depot manually by just clicking the go to depot option, but old habits die hard, and if it's carrying even 5 livestock, I wanted to unload that livestock and turn it into money before I sell it. So you'll never beat that out of me. So this chap here is already turning a decent profit, 32 grand after 2 trips. Livestock train will take a bit longer to make some money. Wow, look at the logjam at the truck stop here because of the livestock shortage. That's going well. He's still doing 81 items of livestock too. I don't know why you're struggling so much. But, oh well, that's just how it is, I guess. But yeah, so I think we've connected up a few more things this part. Next time I want to press on from Essens down this way here. In fact, we've got another forest we can connect up as well. Sending that up to the original sawmill, not the, the sneaky one that's just opened up. Because more logs means more goods, which means more profit. Which means more money to put into loss-making passenger trains. But yeah, hopefully we'll start to see a return on this livestock train in the future. But until next time, I'd like to thank you for joining me. Once again, I hope you've enjoyed the episode of OpenTTD with the DBXL set. I've been T-Nick, and I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Later days.